Alright, so in this next tutorial, hopefully we'll get more and more towards this end result. Alright, so this is what hopefully you'll reach. It has a simple texture on it. It has bevels, not bevels, but you could say it's bevels, but it's basically seam lines that was manually made, and it's not that hard. The chest, boobs area, there's a lot more lines, right, which is necessary to get the overall shape, right? And over here should be a little bit more plump. Yeah, so if I press 6, as you can see, the skin, there is a repeating texture, tiling texture. It's been repeated like what, 10 times. There's a bit of a bump map to it as well, same texture but applied as a bump map with the lowered values. And the body mesh suit, there's a diamond pattern that I've repeated multiple times. So yeah, as you can see, it looks pretty darn nice. Not just because I made it, but you could just tell the shape is it's flowing, right? And it's true to the model. Over here may not be, but over here it is. Right? Maybe I could make it a little bit more plump, maybe, but that's minor. Over here, right, it's true to the shape. You can see it. It's gonna come to life real soon. And here as well. There you go. See, you could just imagine it already happening. Ooh, this part needs more of a rounder rib cage. I don't like that. I'll fix that later. But I think this is exciting to bring this to life. Yeah. Alright, so I don't know, whoever has been watching through all the way through, this is what's gonna happen. And so I'm gonna make this truncated, make this bigger, squeeze it, right, zoom in a bit, control 1, wanting to show this. Alright, low poly cage, right, and then this right here. This is where I had initially left off. Alright, I'm gonna use this as my frame of reference. This is probably going to take guarantee well over an hour, right? Probably 2, but it's worth it, you know, to reach this level. It's the same tools that's been applied over and over again. There's just a whole lot of patience and understanding how subdivision surfaces behave in relation to the low poly cage. Right. Alright, anyway, so here we are. I'm just going to do control 1. I only want to see this. So one of the main issues is that there's not enough resolution lines, meaning like over here going down, and probably one over here as well going across, and I'm just forcing the shape upon itself to the best that I can, and it looks okay, you know, but it could be better. Yeah. So where should I begin? This area for sure. See where it cuts off last time. Shift right click, multi-cut, click and snap. I'm gonna click it here, 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 and up, and up. Slow but steady. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so I added that extra line of resolution, right? Remember, the first rule is, as soon as you do that, you gotta start pushing and pulling the stuff that was made, and also gonna balance out the surrounding edges as well, surrounding faces, vertices, all that stuff. And then from there, the shape will start to take form. Right, so from there, I'll tuck that in, tuck that in. I'm gonna tuck this in. This area will fit into the collarbone, right, and slot into the neck, base of the neck. Make sure to have symmetry on, right? Right here, plump it up. Look from the top view, and maybe pull that out a bit. This area here, plump it up. Make it plump. Make this plump, plump. Make this plump, plump. Right, because the surface needs to nicely transition. Alright. Okay, so this area here is super flat. So I'm just gonna tuck it out. Tuck that out. Tuck that out. Maybe tuck this in a bit. Nice and round. And this will help to shape the hip, the waistline right here. See, it makes it volume outward, right? Instead of just like shrink wrapping in, now I have some extra edges to push and pull to sculpt it. I can jack it a little bit fatter. The belt line. That. This area is right here, super flat and stiff. It could be made to help it look more round, right? Pull it out. And then maybe just use a scale to flatline it so it averages out more nicely. Even here, maybe pull it back a bit, pull it out like that. Right? It's tedious, but better to go slow and steady. And you actually learn about modeling and how these things behave, which is the most important thing to know. Grab this bottom area, pull it back so it all nicely balances out. The face transitions. This area looks wonky. Maybe I'll grab that and that. Pull it up a bit. Pull like that. Pull it down a bit. Okay. See, right now it looks hella stupid right now, this thing looks. So I'm gonna grab all of that, because right now it's doing this weird shape, which I really despise. So I'm gonna brute force it, yank it back. I yanked it back. Then I'm gonna grab this and this. Right, this was the widest point, but like I said, I yanked it back because once I yanked it back, I'm gonna tuck it in so it rounds out better. Like that. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and I can grab this, the one I just made previously, and pull that back. Makes room, leaves room for this, the side wall of the body, to shape it better. and this part is way too far out. I'll grab this and this edges, tuck it in a bit so it averages out nicely like that. This part needs another edge loop afterwards, so but I'm going to take it slow and steady. Tuck that in a bit. See, there you go. This is the hips. Maybe I'll grab this and this so I can, this is right there, this area. So we got 1, 2 on the third column, the lines. I'm gonna just press R in the side view and just kind of averages out. Then I'm gonna maybe tuck it out, tuck it out this way. Push it out a bit so I get a nice rounding corner, hopefully. It's not happening just yet. I'll pull it back a bit. Right, so this part looks really angular and ugly. So grab all of that. I'll tuck that back a bit. Maybe I'll grab the side wall and maybe tuck that in. How does that look over here? Okay, still within margin. This one versus this one. Okay, next I'm gonna pull this up a bit. Okay, grab these, pull these up a bit, grab that. I'm just looking at the spacing of everything. Alright, this part looks weird as hell. Maybe I'll grab this and this line. Maybe I'll tuck it in more too, so less flare, so it flares out less. Like that, see? Grab that, tuck that in. There you go. Slowly but surely. Next, I need to work on the boobs area more. It looks okay, but in order to get this right where it literally looks like real boobs, it needs more work. So what can I do? I'll grab this and this, pull that back. I'm gonna grab all of that down here, pull this back. So I'm just making room. What else? Think. Right here. And also over here too. Let's go look at this for now. 13 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna have to go and multi-cut. Click and snap. Click and up here, and then click and snap. Press W, press G as in George to reactivate the tool. Click and snap, click and snap. So this is the upper sternum where it ends, right? As you can see, it's been, the edge loops has been redirected. See, it goes up, and then here it turns around and into itself. This is topology 101, right? It helps to shape it too. This area down here, multi-cut tool, click and snap, press W to get out, press G as in George to reactivate it. Click, because this is a triangle that can immediately be turned into a quad by pulling. Bam. Now you can see here, right? It's being redirected up and around into itself, instead of going all the way up and making more lines. And you make the abdominal muscle in a way, right here, see? Next, this area right here, right? Stretching, insert edge loop tool. I could put one here, right? Yeah, I remember putting it here. Reason why it's doing this, obviously, so I need to grab it as vertices, all of it. Kind of do this. This is doing this weird stuff. Make it round. So it's become more and more level. This here's kind of acting wobbly. You want to prevent really noticeable wobbliness, because it just makes managing the mesh harder. That's why I always micromanage if and when I see something. This here is too close, right? From here to here, there's a gap. So I want to scoot it down. I'm going to do Control Shift right click. I repeat, Control Shift right click. Transform constraints, edge slide. Tuck it down. See? Balances out very nicely. That. Alright, next. This area is still kind of skewy. Right here, I don't like this. So I mean, what I could do, go into multi-cut mode. Or maybe insert edge loop. Maybe I'll dump one here. But that ends up adding it up like that. I mean, I do need this later on. I remember making this. But do I want to do it now? Because I need to add one here anyway, because this is stretching too much. Maybe I'll make room for it. Meaning, damn it. Maybe I'll prep it. Grab this and this. Right. And I'm going to do a slide. Again, the slide tool. Edge slide is here. Transform constraint. Edge. Slide that up to make room for it. Grab these, slide that up. So the whole point is I'm making room for that additional edge loop that's gonna go up, because the boobs area definitely needs it. Grab this and this, prepare the way for it. Some more, and the additional line will help to make the boobs more round instead of like forcing it to get the shape. Alright, what else? Pull that, that. Grab this and this as an edge, slide it forward, slide that forward, slide that back a bit, slide that forward. So I'm just averaging everything out nicely. So this is slanting out, maybe I'll tuck that in, tuck that in. Alright, so I'm getting ready for it. And I can tuck that up a bit maybe, tuck that this way. Right, because it's going to end up going up here. Yeah, so I'm making room. Yeah, I'll grab that, tuck that in. like that. Okay. Shift right click, insert edge loop, so I made the space necessary, right, or just enough. This should be going down a little bit more too. Slide that down. You'll notice how the boobs are now slopping over, which is normal, right? The additional resolution that I'm gonna make will fill this out. Now the boobs will be more defined afterwards. Right, so I'm making room some more. Yeah, over here, now over here. Now I think it's almost ready. Like that. It's gonna cut across all over here. I'm gonna pull this down, pull that down, pull that down, pull that down. Shift right click, insert edge loop. Dump it right here. Click, drag it around right in the middle, let go. Boom. As soon as I do that, number one rule, go in and start tweaking it. I'm gonna turn off the edge slide. I'm gonna just manually pull on it to give it its necessary volume manually. Pull on that, pull it up a bit so it doesn't concave in. Right, pull this up a bit. Always look at the surface tension. This part right here, see how straight diagonal it is?